for you to be in a win-win situation. Guys, none of you were broker than I was when I joined this company. Literally the day that I met Christopher Terry, I was getting evicted out my crib. The boxes were already packed.
Boss, talk
For
them.
you to
Y'all not hearing it.
Boss, talk them. This ain't just no internet thing, y'all. We're not just talking. We live in this thing.
Once you break momentum, you break motivation. And if you simply keep that momentum going each.
All right, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and get it. What's going on? What's going on? Good morning, everybody. My name is Javon Hutchinson. I'm happy to be before you this morning with the morning dedication. I'm going to go ahead and read through the I'm so happy and grateful nows. I appreciate y'all being up with me early this morning. I says, I'm so happy and grateful now for my retired and 365 family. So happy and grateful now that my season has arrived. And I'm so happy and grateful now that my family is stepping into a new paradigm. As I'm reading, please feel free to continue to drop your I'm so happy and grateful nows, because this is something that you want to start practicing every single day. You don't want to let a day go by where you're not writing, you're not speaking the things that you're happy and grateful for, right? It's great to be on the calls. It's great to just listen in, but you want to be the person to get out of your comfort zone, right? And go ahead and start writing these things out. Right. It says, Darren said, I'm so happy and grateful now for growth in my business. I'm so happy and grateful now for the retired 365 family and for mental growth. I'm so happy and grateful now for God's protection from danger, seen and unseen, for the will to keep moving forward, for my growth and development, and for this family. So happy and grateful now for the light in this business. I will continue to grow and gain knowledge. I can help others pursue their dreams as well. 2021 is a good year. Chairman 10 is nearing for me. Let's go ahead and put a date on that. I'm so happy and grateful now for life and God's divine protection God's protection over me and my family. I'm so happy and grateful now for God's grace, for giving us another day. So happy and grateful now for the retired 365 family, for guidance and wisdom. I'm so happy and grateful now for life, and that God has shown me visions of my future. Now nothing will ever stop me. Say that. I'm so happy and grateful now for my retired 365 family. I'm so happy and grateful now for the challenges within this journey towards financial freedom. Ooh, that's a good one. Grateful for the challenges. So keep those happy and gratefuls coming in. Like I said, do not skip the small things. Look, it was put this way. When you know you're in it, you know you really understand this, when you start doing everything your mentors, the chairman, the people that came before you told you to do, right? That's when you really know that you're in it. When you take yourself out of the equation and you say, look, I'm just going to do everything they said. They said, be on the calls, I'm gonna be on the calls. They said, right, what I'm happy and grateful for, I'm gonna do that. When you start doing just the little things, right, you start seeing an overflow of abundance. But guess what happens when we skip the little things? When we skip the little things, then the big things start to not come true. The big things start to not fall in place. And we wonder, why is it not working for me? Why is it working for that person over there? I'm better than them. Maybe you're a better speaker. Maybe you've been to more, had more schooling. Maybe you've done something that would better qualify you on paper than some other people. But you got to understand, when we're talking about chairman, when we're talking about 6-7 figures in your trade account, in your online business, in your store, and whatever it is, just being successful overall, right? And I hope you guys have also been listening to the audio / reading the book of the month, right? But it really comes down to who took that step, who actually went forward and took the proper actions in order. Right? It doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how learned you are. Like, if you actually, somebody that can have no education can go out there, and they've proven it over and over again and hit chairman. They can be 7-figure earners. They cannot spell very good. They cannot do a lot of things necessarily very well that society would say, oh, this person's dumb. This person's this person's that. And who cares what society says? Because at the end of the day, that person now has the results that you want. And it's all because they started. They decided to stop listening to themselves and listen to the people that had the results it is that they wanted. So we got to understand, as we're working this thing, as we're putting ourselves in just a position to be winners, right? How important is mentorship? It is very, very, very important, right? Mentorship is one of the most important things of this process. Whether it's a mentor that you can call upon, right, at a moment's notice, you can send them a message. They might not answer every single time, And that's okay because they're busy. They're probably talking to their mentor. They're probably working with other mentees, right? You know, go back if you haven't already. Watch that menteeship video. Even if you have already, rewatch it that Justin Owens did inside of the Facebook group. But ask yourself, how important are these things? Because at the end of the day, we got to realize that there's a lot of things that maybe you just don't know that somebody else knows. There's a lot of things that somebody else has already went through that they're trying to help you speed past because they know how long it took them. So they want to cut that learning curve down for you, right? How important is a strategy, right? Well, a strategy is very important as well. Strategy can mean trading. It can mean building your business. It can mean building a store. A strategy, what I'm talking about right now, is just how you're doing a particular thing. So it doesn't matter what it is you're trying to do, what it is you're trying to be successful at. You got to have some sort of strategy to be able to get there, right? But now, how are you able to develop a strategy? It's a couple of different ways. So you can develop a strategy yourself by going through all the trials, the tribulations, the failures, the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows. And, you know, maybe you make it, maybe you give up along the way, right? So you can develop your own strategy that way. Or you can use that mentorship that we just talked about. You can be a student, right? And you can go through the information. Now, when we say go through the information, this is one thing that's allowed me to have a lot of success, not only in this business, not only in trading, not only in, you know, just that, in life, in track and field, in everything that I do, because I study what the successful people are doing. And you hear Charles talk about it all the time. You hear Paris talk about them studying, right, the greats, them studying the people who have came before them. I was listening to an audio about Jeff Bezos. It was like he studies things from like the 1900s. Like, it doesn't matter. He said success is success. It doesn't matter when it happened. I need to study why this person did what they did. Because at the end of the day, if I know what successful people are doing, I can now use similar strategies in being successful in my own life. So how do you get that best strategy? Well, you have to listen to people that have what you want. It goes back to mentorship, right? You have to also help other people get what it is that they want. Service to many leads to greatness. So whatever it is that you're trying to do, if you can be in a position to show somebody else how to do it, whether at a large scale or a small scale, you're going to now be in a position to go ahead and receive that as well, right? Being open to listening, being open to hearing and learning. Like, listen, when I'm talking about the chairman side, what am I doing? I'm studying that chairman blueprint from David Imonitie that's free on YouTube. I'm studying the audios of the month. I'm studying the Justin Owens of the world. I'm studying the individuals that came before us that have been doing this thing for so long, right? The Paris Simmons, the Garrett Roberts, Rich Off the Net. Like, I'm studying the people that have the success it is that we're looking to have, right? The people that have already went chairman 100, chairman 750. I'm studying that. Why? Because that's how I'm going to get there. I need to figure out what they were doing when they were at my level, not what they're doing right now, but what were they doing when they were a platinum 1,000, platinum 2,000, platinum 5,000 to get them to skip those ranks, right? What were they doing at that time? I need to study on the trading side. I need to go to whatever educator that I'm following, right? If you have a particular program that you're following. Maybe you're following Vibrato. Maybe you're following DeLorean. Maybe you're following High Frequency. Maybe you're following Harmonic Scanner. It doesn't matter what you're following, right? If you're following Skittles, guess what? It doesn't matter what system you choose, but you need to know that thing inside and out, right? No, why am I using what I'm using? Why is this person, what is this person thinking when they decide to do? I was on a call last night. One of the main things that I really love, I've been using it for the last year, but one of the educators, she was going over some information, and she said, and this is something I brought up to some of my people a while ago, and it was just, if you're struggling in any area, what you should be doing is taking notes on every single thing that you do, right? It's sometimes so easy to just take a trade, right? But how many people are actually gonna be disciplined? I don't care whether it's a scalp trade. I don't care whether it's a long-term trade. Write down the trade that you took it, the time that you took it at, right? Your entry and whether it hit take profit or not, when it hit take profit. And then at the end of the week, go back and really look at why did this trade win? Why did this trade lose? Right? Even if it's a 0.01, it doesn't matter about the money, whether you won or lost. You need to know why you won. You need to know why you lost. For the people that really want to take it serious and they really want to learn the skill set, how does that work in the business? You need to know who you talk to, why they said yes, right? What did I do for that person to say yes? Did it work for the next person? Why did this person say no? Why do we say get a yes or a no? Because that gives you an indication on your system. If you don't get a yes or no and you're left out there in limbo and that person goes and signs up somewhere else, then it's something that you did. It's not that they didn't see the information. It's not that they didn't like the information. Maybe you just didn't ask for the sale. Hey, do you want to do this with me? A simple question that could have led them in the right direction, right? So if you don't have any stats for anything that you're doing, building the business, your online store, there's so many different things that you're looking at, different analytical things that you need to be aware of to know if you're targeting the right people. If you're talking about social media, right? There's some things in your social media that tell you how many people watch your story. It tells you where they're from, who's watching your things, right? If you're on YouTube, they have an entire analytics page that are telling you where these people are coming from. Why are they doing this? Because it helps you as a creator to develop a strategy to get what it is that you want. But if you're content, in the beginning, you're going to be putting out content. You're going to be kind of throwing the net out there, right? But eventually, you need to figure out, what's my strategy? What am I going for? What's that thing that I'm going to use to attract what it is that I want in any area, right? And then the next thing is going to be, we always talk about events, right? We always talk about how important events are. We got an event coming up. I hope you guys are super excited about that event, but I want you to understand why events are so important, and not just the big events, the events like the morning calls, the events like the opportunity calls, the events like something that might be happening in your city that you have access to. Why would I want to be around other chairmen? Why would I want to be around other seven-figure earners? Why would I want to be around other millionaires? Because there's no other environment that you can be around in your life right now, likely if you're here, where you can access millionaire earners that want to tell you how to get what it is that they have, right? That want to guide you, that have nothing to hold back, but just to give you the blueprint. So events are vital, right? They said event stands for elevates vision and eliminates negative thinking, right? That's what an event is. So how are you going to elevate your vision to that next level if you're not showing up to where the people that are thinking on that next level are, right? You have to promote the event until the event promotes you. Promote the event until you're the person on stage, until you're the person holding the mic, and then you still promote. But at that time, right now, people are coming to hear you. But if nobody's coming to hear you right now, what do you got to be doing? You got to put your head down. You got to work. You got to go, right? Work. And even when you don't see the results, I don't care if people are saying no right now. I don't care if it seems like everything's not working, because guess what? That's how it's going to be for some time, right? But that time, like I talked about, I think it was the end of last year, we talked about time. And time is just things you must experience, right? You might hear no for an entire 4, 5, 6 months, but that's because it took you 4, 5, 6 months to talk to 100 people. But you also might hear no for 72 hours because you went through those 100 people your first 1, 2 days, right? And then you got to your first yes. So your experience in what you're going to hear, what you're going to see is completely dependent on your efforts, right? Right, exactly. Shout out to Teacup Lou. He talks about he had 300 no's before his first yes. But guess what? He's a Chairman 50 right now, right? He kept going. And he also didn't take years to go out and hear those no's, right? So based on the amount of time you decide it's going to take you to hear those no's, based on the amount of time it's going to take you to get through those videos, based on the amount of time it's going to take you to act on the information that you already got. When you have the information, that's going to be the time that it takes you to see results, or the time that you never experienced because you gave up before you got there. So why would you put yourself in a position to make that time, the things you must experience, why would you put yourself in a position that those things take 6 months, that those things take 12 months, that those things take 18 months. Because you don't know your mindset is going to be next month. You don't know what's going to happen in your family in 6 months. You don't know what's going to happen around you in 12 months. You don't know. You don't know if you're going to be in the headspace to even keep going, right? Many people give up on things, but it's not because it's not working. It's because they're not working. People give up not because the thing isn't working. It's because they're not working the thing. So they don't see or reap the rewards from the thing that they thought that they were working on, right? You got to make sure that you're having fun with this thing. Make it your own, everything that you're doing, right? But in the meantime, there's going to be some things that you necessarily don't want to do. And I talked about this before, but understand that everything that you're doing right now, guess what? Drop a 1 in the chat if there's been a day that you worked a job that you did something that you didn't want to do. If there's been a manager or somebody, a boss or somebody at some point that told you to do something that wasn't in your job description and you kind of had to bite your tongue and still do it anyway. You had to get up at a time you didn't necessarily want to get up. See, the difference is you do that because you're scared of losing that job. You're scared of what might happen if you don't do it, right? And the check that might not come in. Well, be scared that the chairman check is not going to come in. Be scared for yourself. See, the difference is you can't see what that check is, but if you follow the 72-hour blueprint and you print out your 72-hour thing, what's going to happen? You're going to see the 72-hour fast start at the end. There's a thing that says, I'm so happy and grateful now. And you get to write in whatever you want that result to be. And then there's a check at the bottom, right? Well, actually, there's a date that you can put when you're out happy and grateful for. And there's a check at the bottom where you can write out your check for your future. You can plan out exactly how much it is that you want to make and when you're going to cash that check, right? So just like the job, right? They're promising that if you do the work, if you do these certain things in this certain order, you're going to be able to get this amount of money. But the difference is over here, you decide how much money you're going to get. You decide what that reward is going to be. You decide the date you're going to get it. And the only person that's going to determine if you actually get that check is you. There's nobody to hold your hand and to fire you if you don't get it. You have to be the person that's going to fire yourself. You got to be the person that says, I'm going to hire myself in my own business and I'm going to get to work to get that amount that's on that paper. Why do you think we say write this stuff, right? Many people hear this, right? They're on this call right now and they've been here for 30 days, 60 days, 6 months, a year, still haven't written those goals out, right? It's no secret as to why it's not working. So you got to go ahead and put yourself in a position and say, I'm tired of it not working. No, scratch that. I'm tired of not working for it to work, right? I'm tired of not working for it to work. So if you want it to start working, go ahead and put yourself in a position, go back through that fast start. Go back through the things inside of the group and say, look, what have I not done? What have I not done? Because there's something in there that you're missing. Charles talked about it before. He was like, I took a look at what my mentors were doing and everything that they told me to do. And I marked off, I wrote down all the aspects of what it is that somebody that's successful in that position has done, right? And I want you all to do that too. I want you to take a piece of paper today, right? Draw a line in the middle of that paper and write down, just close your eyes and think about all the characteristics of what a 7-figure earner would be doing. All the characteristics of somebody successful, of a chairman, of somebody making the amount that you want to make in any way, shape, or form, okay? I want you to write that down, okay? Just what would they be on time? Would they be, studying every single day? What does their schedule look like? What are some things that they do? And on the other side of the paper, I want you to write down the things that you're doing, right? And if those things aren't adding up, you now know, what do I need to do to get to that next level? Everything on the other side of that paper. Everything that you see the chairman's doing, everything that you see the P5000s, the P2000s, the P1000s, everything that you see the people that's moving fast, moving with momentum, that's what you need to be doing, right? And it says, I talked about this before, But understand that you were not designed for just to have a little bit, to be comfortable, to be, well, I got enough for tomorrow. As long as I keep going to work, I will be good. That's not, you weren't designed to just be good enough, right? You were literally designed to be the best, right? And to have the best, but it's up to you to go out there and get it. You got to believe that you're more than enough. And you got to say, look, I deserve this and I'm going to go out and get it. Again, back to the audio, it says in the audio that you deserve everything it is. And God, the universe, whatever it is you believe in, wants to give it to you more than you want to even receive it, right? But you can't get it if you don't do things in the proper order. You can't get it just by begging, right? You think you're not going to get stuff just by begging. Imagine a kid coming to you asking for something, just begging all day and night. Something that you know you're not going to give them. You're just going to be, no, you ain't do good on your test. You ain't do your homework. You ain't clean your room. Whatever that thing is that you wanted them to do, if they don't do it, what's going to happen? They're not going to reap the reward, right? And you got to understand that. And I think in society, so many times, especially today, people are just handing out awards left and right. You get a participation award, you get this. Look, you tried today. Good job. We want to celebrate you for trying. And I'm not saying don't celebrate people, right? But that happens so much, especially with the youth today. Like, just for participating, they're like, I'm going to be like, wait, hold on. If you don't win, you didn't win. Like, come on. Let that be your motivation, that you didn't win, that you want to win next time. Don't be satisfied. Look, see, this is what happened. People get satisfied with the participation award. They get started, right? Somebody's better than them, and they get a little certificate that says you participated. Oh my God, mommy, look, I got a participation award. Cool, right? That's great. But what are we gonna do to get that first place next time? What are you gonna do to make it on the podium? What are you gonna do to get just a little bit better than you were last time, right? But then they come out next time, mommy, look, I got a participation award. All right, it's cute the first time. I'm glad you tried something new. The second time, all right, you stuck with it. By the third time, I don't want to see no. We're not putting no more participation awards on the fridge. We're not putting those on the wall. Why? Because I'm not celebrating mediocrity, right? We're not celebrating that. Now, if you went out there, you tried your hardest, that's great, right? But understand that at a certain point, you got to realize I need to get a result, right? I need to get a result for what it is that I'm doing. And if I'm going out there and listen, you can just be on a team, especially up to you about, 18 something. Like anybody can make the middle school team. Anybody can make the high school team, the junior varsity, like it starts to get a little more competitive in high school. But it's not the hardest thing in the world to do. But some people make the team and they're satisfied with just being on the team. Then they'll sit on the bench. Think about those NFL players, the NBA players. They make it to the league and then they just ride the bench. I know somebody that made it to that point and I don't think I want to play. What do you mean you don't think you want to play? What's the point in being there? Let that spot go for somebody that really wants to work to get on the field, right? It's one thing if you're there, you worked as hard as you can, right? And that's the level that you reached. You might be a great person on the practice squad, be the best person on the practice squad. That's cool, right? Be the best at what it is that you're trying to do. But don't be out there just, the word I'm trying to use. Don't half-ass it. Like, come on. You can't do that. You can't, because somebody else would love to be in your position, but they can't because you're there right now. Not giving it all you can. Knowing that you want to be somewhere else, right? Somebody would love to come in your spot, be in the position that you're in right now. They're waiting, they're saving up just to get their first 235, just to get that 325 to get started. Then they come in, they run all the way up to Platinum 1000, Platinum 2000. Then you're like, they just started. No, they've been hungry for this for so long, right? You just started believing. they believed before they even had it. They believed before they even had it. I remember the first time I ran, it was one of my competitions at the Penn Relays. The first year I went there, I was in college. I had never been there before. Some of the kids up north, they go there every single year, right? My first year, like I seen it, like it was just like, okay, this place is amazing. Like it's huge, and you know the crowd's amazing. And I'm out there running. You know, we had a pretty good year throughout college. But the first year I graduated, I got to go. I wasn't competing as a student athlete. It's my first year pro. And I seen a lot of my good friends from other schools and universities that got to compete on the USA team. And I was looking like, how did y'all get to be out there? Who did you talk to? Who do you know? Like, what happened? How did you get out there on the field? I want to know. and I'm trying to figure this out. Like, did y'all run faster than me? Like, what happened that y'all get to run out there and I couldn't? And that was the one year I didn't get to compete out there. It was my first year as a pro, and not everybody gets to run out there. But the second year I came back, all I was focused on was getting out there on the field. And guess what? I still didn't get out there. But the day before, was it 2 days before, I got a call because people knew what I wanted to do. One of my other friends said, hey, this guy dropped out. The coach asked, do I know anybody that can run on the relay? He said, you out here? Yeah, bro, I'm out here. And I got my spikes. What's up? Yeah, I was in place. Hold up. I was in place. I said, yes, I'm here, right? I didn't know the call was gonna come, but I was ready to go. Guess what? Went out there. We was on the B team, the underdog squad. But guess what? If we would have went out there with the mentality of, well, they put us on the B team. They don't expect us to win. They just want us to cross the line, you know, with the USA. They got an A team with the superstars. Guess what? We went out there. Who won? The B team came out and beat all of them, right? But why? Because we were in place. We were ready. So we come back the next year. Who are the people that thank you. Who are the people that they called? They called the people that won the year before. Fast forward 2 years. Who are the people that they have on the World Relay team? Who are the people that they have representing the country, right? It doesn't matter where somebody places you if you have a desire to get to that next level. But you got to believe that you can be there. You got to keep working every single day, every single year, so you know that when the number is called, that you're going to be ready. The people that was there, the coaches, whoever, they weren't thinking about me. They weren't thinking about my name. Some of the other athletes were probably like, who's that, right? But when the time came, that might have been my first time on that stage, but they don't know that I have been training for that for years. I have been ready for that, right? So you got to be ready when you're put in position to go chairman. When you're put in position, you're introducing somebody, the next chairman in your business. Do you know what to say? Like, do you know what to say? Have you been practicing with your list of 100? Or did you try to skip the list of 100, go to your cold market to people you don't really know, and then somebody you know that could really take your business to the next level, they start to ask you some questions, but you don't really know what to say because you didn't do the things the right way, right? In your trade account, it's a trade that should be going your way, but you don't really know how to handle it because maybe you weren't trading live. Maybe you didn't go through all the information, so you don't know how to handle this situation. Right? You got to be ready and open and able to recognize what's about to happen, right? There's some moves early on in my trading. If I would have had the information that I had now, right? Just the knowledge, if I would have went through the information earlier, if I would have actually studied it earlier, there was some moves that I was in like, oh, I could have held that. Oh, I didn't have that, but I didn't have that discipline. I didn't have that proper information to take me to that next level. So now what do you have to do? You got to get informed, and then you got to go apply what it is so you can learn. I'm not saying every single time you talk to somebody, every single time you take a trade, it's going to come out with a favorable result, but you're going to get a result no matter what. And you got to understand when you get a result, you learn from what it is, and then you take that information and you go out there and you do better next time. And you keep learning, you keep doing more, you keep studying. Don't study just one thing, right? You can't be in a position like for trading. I can't study just one video. I can't study just like one thing, because first of all, I'm brand new to this space, right? And my educator, I'm sure whatever educator that I'm following, that they have more than one video that they're going to be able to teach me. I'm sure whatever strategy I'm following, that they have more information that's in there that's going to help me with my mindset. I'm sure that they have more than one thing that's going to put me in a position to be the trader that I am. If it was only one video that was going to allow me to be a multi-millionaire earner, well, guess what? Why would they be on live every single day? They would put that one video in there. You'd be like some of them other people out here. You would pay for a little video package, and you will watch these same videos all day long, right? If that was all that it took for you to get to that next level, then that's what you would do. But think about it. When you come to a Skittles call, Charles is always coming with some new information, right? When you go live, whatever educator, whatever platform you're following, they always got some new information. I dare you to go back a year, watch whoever your favorite educator is, and see if they're doing the exact same thing that they were doing a year ago. I can guarantee you that every educator that you're following has improved whatever it is that they're doing. Their accuracy has likely gone up. The way that they simplify the information for you has changed, right? So why do we tell you to stay in the information? Because to make it current. So you can understand that it's always evolving. And if you're not evolving, right, then what does that mean? You're staying stagnant, you're dying, right? So we want to definitely make sure that we're taking all this information, listen, learn, and copy. Listen, learn, and copy. You got the information, hey, DeLorean this morning, shout out. Listen to this information. Listen to the mentorship video. Listen to the basics inside of the Facebook group. Listen to the Just Run calls, right? Shout out to Jamonte yesterday on the Just Run call. Listen to that information. Learn from it, right? The listen and learn, go hand in hand. You got to listen, you got to learn. You got to listen, you got to learn. It should never be a point where a mentor or somebody comes to you and you say, oh, I heard that. Okay, are you doing it? What does I heard it mean? Are you studying it? When we talk about the audio of the month, you're not listening to it one time. You're listening to it consistently because you're learning something new every single day. What you heard today, you're not going to hear tomorrow because you're going through something different. It's going to be that one thing that you're going to pick up. So you got to constantly be learning, right? And then you got to copy. You got to duplicate that information, right? Teach it to somebody else. Share it with somebody else. Call somebody that you love, know, whatever. Go make a video about it. You can go on YouTube, go on Instagram Live. Hey, look, there was this audio I was listening to. It was just one part that really stuck out to me. I just wanted to talk to y'all about it. Give value to somebody else. Give value to the world. People will start coming to you. Oh, you got a book club? Oh, you got who are you reading that thing with? Oh, I just got some successful people that I work with on every single day. We got some morning calls. We get everybody ready for the whole day. Oh, how do I get in on that? It's easy. It's easy. The conversations are a lot different when you're putting value out there. People will start coming to you and trying to figure out what it is that you're doing. How are you getting around these types of people? But it all goes back to last month, the audio last month, right? Conceive, believe, achieve. Desire plus skill times faith equals success. Do you truly have the desire for what it is that you want, right? Are you working on that skill? And do you have faith that it's all going to work out? End of the day, right? Write the vision, make it plain. Let's go ahead. Let's have a great day. What's today? Today is Thursday. So today on Thursday, we got 2 opportunity calls today. You definitely want to make sure you are tapped in. I already put everything inside of the Discord chat. You got 2 o'clock and 8 o'clock opportunity calls. You got your beginner setup and Forex basics at 3 o'clock in the live members Facebook group. And then there's Skittles training tonight. So make sure you have all your new people, get them locked in, get them on these calls so they're able to learn about the easiest strategy known to man with Mr. Kingdom Cash Charles Dyson tonight at 9 o'clock p.m. That's all we have for you guys. Please don't skip out on the beginner setup. Jasmina is dropping some amazing information, right? And she definitely wants to make sure that you know what it is that you're doing to take this thing to the next level. come to the beginner setup until the beginner setup needs you. Until you're saying, hey, Jasmina, can I host the beginner setup? Hey, can we do this? Can we do that? Like, listen, keep coming to the calls. Put yourself in a position to get all this information because you're going to learn something new.